Welcome to Late Night Letters, a space where emotions turn into words. In this video, some parts are narrated using AI voice to beautifully express feelings. Let's begin.
I was 24 when I moved into that apartment on the east side of the city. 4th floor, corner unit, windows that faced the park. It wasn't much, but it was mine. The building was old, the kind where you could hear your neighbors through the walls if they talked loud enough, where the radiator clanged to 3 in the morning and the elevator only worked half the time. I didn't mind. I worked nights back then, 10-hour shifts at a design firm, hunched over a computer, turning other people's vague ideas into something visual, something real. By the time I got home, it was usually past midnight. The building would be quiet. Dark hallways, the smell of someone's dinner still lingering in the stairwell. I'd unlock my door, drop my bag, and just stand there for a minute. Sometimes I'd go straight to bed. Sometimes I'd sit by the window and watch the streetlights. That's where I was the first time I saw her. She lived across the hall. Apartment 407. I'd seen her a few times in passing, enough to know she existed, but not enough to really know anything about her dark hair, usually tied back. She wore oversized sweaters a lot, the kind that hung off one shoulder. We never spoke, but one night, around 1 in the morning, I heard a knock, soft, almost hesitant. I opened the door, and there she was. She looked tired. Not in a bad way, just worn down, like she'd been thinking too much. "Hey," she said. Her voice was quieter than I expected. "Hey." She glanced past me, into my apartment, then back at my face. "Can I come in?" I stepped aside. She walked in slowly, looking around like she was trying to memorize the layout. My place was small. A couch, a coffee table, a desk shoved against the wall. Books stacked in corners. A half-empty mug from that morning still sitting on the counter. "Sorry," I said. "I wasn't expecting anyone." "It's fine." She stood in the middle of the room, arms crossed, and I realized I didn't know what to do. "Do you want something to drink? Water or no?" "I'm okay." A pause. "Are you okay?" She looked at me then. Really looked at me. "I don't know." I waited. "I heard you come home," she said. "Every night I hear your door, the lock, your footsteps." I didn't know what to say to that. "I wasn't spying or anything," she added quickly. "It's just, the walls are thin." "I know." She nodded. "I couldn't sleep tonight. I was just lying there, and I kept thinking, I don't know. I kept thinking I didn't want to be alone." Her eyes were dark, honest, so I came here. I felt something shift in my chest, something I couldn't name. "You can stay," I said. "If you want." She smiled. "Just a little. Thanks." We sat on the couch. Not close, but not far either. She tucked her legs up under her and leaned against the armrest, and I sat on the other end, watching her. "I'm bad at this," she said after a while. "At what?" "Talking to people, asking for things. You're doing fine." She looked at me like she didn't believe me, but she didn't argue. We talked for maybe an hour. Small things. Where she was from, what she did for work. She was a nurse. Night shifts, like me, but different hours. Different rhythms. She asked about my job, and I told her. She asked if I liked it, and I said I didn't know yet. "That's honest," she said. "Is it?" "Most people lie about that stuff." I shrugged. "I don't see the point." She smiled again, and this time it reached her eyes. Eventually, the conversation slowed. We sat in the quiet, and it didn't feel awkward. It felt like breathing. "I should go," she said finally, but she didn't move. "You don't have to." She looked at me for a long time. I know, but she stood up anyway, and I walked her to the door. "Thanks," she said, "for letting me in anytime." She hesitated, her hand on the doorframe. "I mean it," I said. She nodded, then disappeared into the hallway. I stood there for a while after she left, staring at the closed door, trying to figure out what had just happened. The next night, I came home at the usual time. I unlocked my door, stepped inside, and stopped. She was sitting on my couch. "How did you? Your landlord gave me a key," she said. "I told him I was your girlfriend." I blinked. "Is that okay?" I closed the door behind me. "Yeah, it's okay." She looked relieved. She'd brought food. Chinese takeout, still warm. We ate together on the couch, and she told me about her shift. A kid had come into the ER with a broken arm. She'd held his hand while they set it. "He was so brave," she said. "Didn't cry once. That's good, yeah." She looked down at her hands. "Sometimes I wonder if I'm making a difference. If any of it matters, it matters." She glanced up. "How do you know?" "Because you're thinking about it. That means you care." She didn't say anything, but her expression softened. After that, it became a pattern. She'd show up at my place, sometimes late at night, sometimes early in the morning. She'd let herself in, and I'd find her there. On the couch, at the window. Once, she was lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling. "What are you doing?" I asked, thinking. "About what?" "Everything." I lay down next to her. We stared at the ceiling together. "Do you ever feel like you're just going through the motions?" she asked. "All the time." "What do you do about it?" "I don't know. Keep going, I guess." She turned her head to look at me. "That's kind of sad, yeah, but also kind of hopeful." I looked at her. "How do you figure?" "Because you're still going." We stayed there on the floor until my back started to hurt. And then we moved to the couch. She fell asleep with her head on my shoulder. I didn't move. I just sat there, listening to her breathe, feeling the weight of her against me. It felt like the most important thing I'd ever done. Weeks passed. We never talked about what we were. We never defined it. We just existed together in those quiet hours between shifts and sleep. She started leaving things at my place. A toothbrush, a sweater, a book she'd been reading. I didn't mind. I liked seeing her things mixed in with mine. It made the apartment feel less empty. One night she showed up and she looked different, upset, shaken. "What's wrong?" She shook her head. "Bad shift. Do you want to talk about it?" No, I didn't push. She sat down on the couch, and I sat next to her. After a while, she leaned into me, and I put my arm around her. "Someone died tonight," she said quietly. I didn't say anything. I tried. I did everything I could, but it wasn't enough. Her voice cracked. I held her tighter. "It's not your fault, I know, but it feels like it is." I didn't have the right words. I didn't know how to fix it, so I just held her. She cried into my chest, and I let her. I didn't try to stop it. I didn't try to make her feel better. I just let her feel it. Eventually, she stopped. She pulled back, wiping her eyes. "Sorry, don't be." She looked at me, and something passed between us. Something unspoken. "Can I stay here tonight?" she asked. "You don't have to ask." She nodded. We got ready for bed. She borrowed one of my shirts. It was too big on her, hanging down to her thighs. She climbed into bed, and I slid in next to her. We lay facing each other in the dark. "Thank you," she whispered. "For what?" "For being here. I'm not going anywhere." She reached out and touched my face. Her fingers were soft. "I'm scared," she said. "Of what?" "That this won't last. That I'll mess it up." I covered her hand with mine. "You won't. You don't know that. Maybe not. But I believe it." She moved closer, closing the space between us. And then she kissed me. It was slow, careful, like she was afraid I might disappear. I kissed her back, and everything else faded away. There was no sound, no city outside the window, no world beyond this room. Just her, just us. We stayed like that for a long time, kissing, holding each other, not rushing. When we finally pulled apart, she rested her forehead against mine. "I don't know what I'm doing," she whispered. "Me neither. Is that okay?" "Yeah, it's okay." She smiled, and we fell asleep, wrapped around each other. I woke up to sunlight streaming through the window. She was still there, still in my arms. I watched her sleep, the way her chest rose and fell, the way her hair fell across her face. I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Peace when she woke up. She looked at me and smiled. "Morning, morning," she stretched, and the shirt rode up a little. "What time is it?" I glanced at the clock. "Almost 10. I should go." "Do you have to?" She looked at me, considering. "No, I guess not." So she stayed. We made breakfast together. Eggs and toast. Coffee that was too strong. We ate at the small table by the window, and she told me about a trip she'd taken once, years ago, to the coast. "I stayed in this tiny cabin," she said, "right on the beach. I could hear the waves all night." "That sounds nice." It was. I felt free. "Why don't you go back?" She shrugged. "I don't know. Life got in the way, I guess. You should go again, maybe." She looked at me. "Would you come with me?" The question caught me off guard. "If you wanted me to, I do. Then yeah, I'd come." She smiled, and it was the kind of smile that made my chest ache. We spent the day together. We didn't do anything special. Just walked around the neighborhood. Got coffee from the place on the corner. Sat in the park. It felt like the most normal thing in the world, and also the most extraordinary. As the sun started to set, we made our way back to the building. She stopped outside her apartment door. "I should probably sleep in my own bed tonight," she said. "Okay." She looked at me, and I could see the hesitation in her eyes. "But I don't want to." "Then don't." She laughed, soft and quiet. "You make it sound so simple." "It is simple." She bit her lip, thinking. Then she took my hand. "Okay." We went back to my apartment. That night, we lay in bed, talking in the dark. She told me things I don't think she'd told anyone. About her family, her childhood, the reasons she became a nurse. I told her things I'd kept buried, about my parents, my fears, the way I sometimes felt like I was just pretending to be a real person. "You are a real person," she said. "How do you know?" "Because I can feel you." She placed her hand over my heart. "Right here." I covered her hand with mine. "I can feel you too." She kissed me again, and this time it was different. more urgent, more certain. Her hands moved over me, learning the shape of me, and I did the same, tracing the lines of her body like I was memorizing a map. We didn't rush. Every touch meant something. Every breath was shared when we came together. It felt like the world stopped, like nothing else existed. Just her skin against mine. Just the sound of her voice, whispering my name. Afterward, we lay tangled together, hearts still racing. "I don't want this to end," she said. "It doesn't have to." She looked at me, and I saw the fear there, the uncertainty. What if it does anyway? Then we'll deal with it, together. Together. She nodded, and I felt her relax against me. We fell asleep like that. Connected. The next few months were the best of my life. We fell into a rhythm. She'd stay at my place most nights. Sometimes I'd stay at hers. We'd cook together, watch movies, talk until the sun came up. We fought sometimes. Small things, stupid things. She hated that I left dishes in the sink. I hated that she never put things back where she found them. But we always worked it out. We always came back to each other. One night, after a particularly long shift, she came home and just collapsed on the couch. "Rough day?" I asked. "The worst." I sat down next to her and started rubbing her shoulders. She groaned. "That feels amazing. Good." I worked out the knots in her muscles, and she leaned back into me. "I love you," she said suddenly. I froze. She turned to look at me, eyes wide. "Sorry. I didn't mean to just blurt it out like that." "Don't be sorry. It's just, I do. I love you." I felt my throat tighten. "I love you too." She smiled, and it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. We kissed, and it felt like everything clicked into place, like this was exactly where we were supposed to be. But things started to change. Slowly at first, she got offered a job, a better position, more money, but it was across the country. "I haven't decided yet," she said when she told me. "Do you want to take it?" "I don't know," she looked torn. "It's a great opportunity, but it would mean leaving everything behind." "Not everything," I said. "I could come with you." She looked at me, surprised. "You'd do that? If it's what you want?" She thought about it for a long time. "I need to think about it," she said finally. "Okay." But I could see the weight of it settling on her shoulders. Over the next few weeks, she grew distant. Not in a dramatic way, just quieter, more withdrawn. She still came home to me every night, but she wasn't really there. Her mind was somewhere else. "Talk to me," I said one night. "About what?" "About whatever's going on in your head." She sighed. "I'm scared." "Of what?" "That if I take this job, it'll ruin us. That the distance will be too much. And if you don't take it, then I'll resent you. I'll wonder what could have been." I nodded. "So take it." She looked at me, eyes wide. "What?" "Take the job. It's what you want." "But what about us?" "We'll figure it out." "You don't know." "That, no. But I know that I don't want you to give up. Something you want because of me." She started crying. "I don't want to lose you." I pulled her into my arms. "You won't." But even as I said it, I knew I couldn't promise that. She took the job. We had 2 weeks before she left. We spent every moment together, trying to make up for the time we knew we'd lose. We went to the coast, the place she'd told me about. We stayed in a cabin by the beach, and we spent our days walking on the sand. listening to the waves. At night, we'd lie in bed, holding each other, trying not to think about the end. "I wish we could stay here forever," she said. "Me too. Do you think we'll make it?" I wanted to say yes. I wanted to be sure, but I couldn't lie to her. "I don't know, but I want to try." She nodded. "Me too." On our last night, we made love like it was the first time, slow and careful and full of everything we couldn't say. When it was over, we lay in the dark, and she cried quietly against my chest. I held her, and I let my own tears fall the day she left. I drove her to the airport. We didn't talk much. What was there to say? At the gate, she turned to me. "This isn't goodbye," she said. "No, it's not. I'll call you as soon as I land." "Okay." She kissed me, and I kissed her back, trying to memorize the taste of her when she pulled away. I saw my own pain reflected in her eyes. "I love you," she said. "I love you too." And then she was gone. I stood there long after her plane had taken off, staring at the empty gate. The first few weeks were hard. We talked every day. Video calls, texts, voicemails, but it wasn't the same. I missed her. I missed the way she felt in my arms, the way she smelled, the sound of her laugh. She missed me too. I could hear it in her voice, but she was also excited. The new job was everything she'd hoped for. I was happy for her. I was, but I was also lonely. The apartment felt too big without her, too quiet. I'd come home at night, and for a split second, I'd expect to see her there, but she never was. Weeks turned into months. The calls became less frequent, not because we loved each other less, but because life got in the way. She was busy. I was busy. We were living separate lives. I could feel us drifting apart, and I didn't know how to stop it. One night, she called me. It was late. I was already in bed. "Hey," I said. "Hey." There was a long pause. "I met someone," she said. My heart stopped. "Oh, it's not serious." "Not yet, but I don't know. I felt like I should tell you." I swallowed hard. "Okay, I'm sorry, don't be." Another pause. "Are you seeing anyone?" she asked. "No, why not?" "Because I'm still in love with you." I heard her breath catch. "I'm still in love with you too." "Then why?" "Because I'm here and you're there. Because it's been 6 months and I don't know when I'll see you again. Because I'm lonely." I closed my eyes. "I know, this isn't fair to either of us." "No, it's not. Maybe we should take a break or something." The words hit me like a punch to the gut. "Is that what you want?" "I don't know what I want." I could hear the tears in her voice. "I just know that this hurts, and I don't know how much longer I can do it." I wanted to fight. I wanted to tell her we could make it work, but I was tired too. "Okay," I said quietly. "Okay, if that's what you need." She was crying now. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." "Me too." We stayed on the phone for a while longer, neither of us wanting to hang up, but eventually we had to. "Goodbye," she whispered. "Goodbye." The line went dead. I lay there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, feeling like something inside me had broken. Months passed. I tried to move on. I dated other people, went through the motions, but nothing felt right. I'd compare everyone to her. The way they laughed, the way they moved, the way they made me feel. No one measured up. I thought about reaching out, I drafted 100 messages and deleted them all. What would I even say? That I missed her? That I still loved her? She knew that already, and it didn't change anything. 1 year after she left, I was walking home from work. It was late. The streets were empty. I turned the corner to my building, and I saw someone sitting on the steps. I didn't recognize them at first, but as I got closer, my heart started to race. It was her. She looked up, and our eyes met. "Hi," she said. "Hi." I stood there, frozen. "What are you doing here?" "I quit my job." "What?" She stood up, walking toward me. "I quit 2 days ago." "Why?" "Because I hated it. Because I was miserable. Because I missed you." I felt my chest tighten. "You shouldn't have done that." "Probably not, but I did." She stopped in front of me. "I've been thinking about you every day for the past year, and I'm tired of pretending I can move on." "What about the guy you were seeing?" "I ended it months ago. It wasn't fair to him." I didn't know what to say. "I know this is crazy," she said, "and I know I have no right to just show up like this. But I had to see you. I had to know if there was still a chance." "A chance for what?" "For us." I looked at her. Really looked at her. She looked older, tired, but still beautiful, still her. "I never stopped loving you," I said. She smiled, and tears spilled down her cheeks. "I never stopped loving you either." Closed the distance between us and kissed her. It felt like coming home, like breathing after being underwater for too long. We pulled apart, and she laughed through her tears. "Can I come in?" I smiled. "You don't have to ask." We walked up to my apartment together. When I opened the door, everything was exactly as it had been. She stepped inside, looking around. "It's the same." "Yeah." She turned to me. "I'm back. If you'll have me, are you sure?" "What about I'll figure it out? I'll find another job. I'll make it work. I need to be here with you." I pulled her into my arms. "Then stay, okay?" We stood there, holding each other, and I felt the pieces of myself starting to fit back together. That night, we lay in bed, just like we used to. "I'm scared," she said. "Me too. What if we can't get back what we had? Then we'll build something new." She looked at me. "You really believe that?" "Yeah, I do." She kissed me, soft and slow. "I love you. I love you too." And for the first time in a year, I felt whole again. It wasn't perfect. We had to relearn each other, figure out who we'd become in the time apart. But we did it, day by day. She found a job at a hospital across town. The hours were better. The work was.
If these words touched your heart, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share your feelings in the comments.